Have you ever had a leader that was really struggling in their leadership? You know they need development, you know they need help, but you're at a loss, you just don't know what to do. Well, stay tuned, because today I'm going to share a way that you can capitalize on their struggle and use it to strengthen their leadership skills. Hey guys, this is Mac Lake bringing you tips, tools, and techniques for developing leaders. When one of my leaders is struggling, I really take it personal. I want to do everything I can to help them win. But in order for them to break through the struggle requires some time and focus on both of our behalfs. So today, I want to share a philosophy and some practical tips that'll help you help them grow in their leadership skills. By the way, if you're enjoying these videos, make sure you subscribe, hit the little bell at the top so you can be notified every Tuesday when a new video comes out. Now, let's dive in. There are two approaches you can take with someone that you're developing. I use both all the time, okay? There's the strategic approach, and then there's the situational approach. The strategic approach, that's working with someone or a group of people through a specific and strategic content in order to help them grow as a leader. Now, in this case, you're going to capitalize on great content that you found to help them develop a specific leadership competency. So, for example, whenever I hire a new staff person, I want them to learn how to manage other people's goals. So I take them through 3 sessions that I've put together on Ken Blanchard's book, The 1 Minute Manager. Last year, when I wanted my team to really learn how to think as an essentialist and use their time wisely, I took them through 5 sessions through the book Essentialism by Greg McCowan. Now, that's an example of strategic development. But there's a second approach, and this is the one I want us to talk about today, and it's what I call the situational approach to development. This is capitalizing not on content, but your leader's context as a learning opportunity. We're going to take the context of their current situation that they're struggling with, and we're going to use it as a learning opportunity to develop their leadership. So here's the philosophy that I recommend you adopt. And when you adopt this, when you see somebody struggling, you can really help them. Here it is. You can help produce growth in your leaders when you lean into the pain of your leaders. By leaning into their pain, you can help them gain new competence and, more importantly, new levels of confidence as leaders. I mean, all you're going to do is you're going to look at where they're frustrated, where they're anxious, where they're unsure, where they're fearful. I mean, these are the emotional pains that they feel when things aren't going right? And pain is good. Pain gets our attention. Pain causes us to feel deeply, to think deeply, to learn deeply. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and leverage their emotions as a learning opportunity. Other people do it, so why don't we? I mean, think about this. Salesmen, marketers, film writers, directors, songwriters, singers, actors, they all tap into our emotions to get our attention and make their message stick. So neuroscientists and educators agree that the stronger the emotion somebody's feeling, the more that learning will stick in their thinking. So this is why it's so important as leadership developers that we lean into their pain, okay? So let me give you 3 steps to help you do this well. Step number 1 is acknowledge the struggle. Just acknowledge their struggle. You're going to do this simply by saying, you seem to be frustrated. You seem to be anxious. Or you seem to be discouraged right now, or overwhelmed, or fearful, or fill in the blank with whatever emotion they seem to be displaying, but you acknowledge their emotion. Step number 2 is you ask exploratory questions. You're going to ask questions like, where are you stuck? What have you tried so far? What's worked? What didn't work? Why didn't it work? How are you feeling about this right now? What would a leader you admire do in this situation? What are your options? What do you feel is the best option and why? What mistakes have you made? What are you learning from this challenge? These are all so important because asking exploratory questions like this helps them think at a deeper level and learn from their frustration that they're experiencing. Now, I'll be honest, the temptation of most leaders and the pathway of most leaders is just to fix their leader's situation by telling them what to do. We just go in to try to save them, right? But when we do that, we're undermining their opportunity to learn from their experience. So we have to ask exploratory questions. Step number three. Step number three is draw out principles and a plan. Draw out principles and a plan, okay? You've acknowledged their struggle. You've asked exploratory questions. You see them thinking at a deeper level. And now you want to drive their thinking to specific leadership principles and a specific plan of action. Principles and plan, that's the outcome. That's what you're trying to get to, okay? So you're going to ask them, what leadership principles can you learn or extract from this situation? And literally write those things down. And then you're going to ask them, what next steps do you need to take to grow through this situation? Here's why this is so powerful. You are leaning into their pain. They feel strong emotions, and now you're using the context of their situation as a case study to help them learn how to lead better. By doing this little process, you're going to turn their pain into leadership principles that will stick with them, I promise you, much better than any class you could ever teach. So, guys, give this lean into the pain philosophy a try this week. Try out these 3 steps and see if it helps your leaders turn their leadership pains into leadership gains. I hope this video has been helpful. If you enjoyed it, make sure you click the like button, share it with your team, discuss the questions together that are right there in the description box, and then leave me a comment below. Let me know how it goes. Give it a try. Let me know how it goes. And listen, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.